The other thing that kills love in marriage is infidelity. Infidelity is one of the major things that actually kills love. When you're having an affair outside your marriage and your partner found out about it, the love will gradually go down. You know, when your partner is no longer enough for you, when your wife is no longer enough for you, you know, when you are looking outside, you know, deriving satisfaction from outside, when you have a wife or you have a husband, it kills your love for each other. So infidelity kills love in marriage. Another thing that kills love in marriage is when you neglect your wife and more focused on your children. Yes, when you neglect your wife and you put all the attention, all the focus on your children, immediately you come from work, the first thing you do is to ask your children how you doing, you know, embrace them, play with them and all that. And your wife, you just tell her, go and give me food, you know, in the African way. You know, it kills love. It kills love in the marriage. But when the intimacy is on both, like you care about the woman like the way you care about your kids. I'm not saying you should not care about your children. I love my children so much as I love my wife. But you have to draw an equilibrium. You have to make it to you have to balance it. So when you focus more on your children, it actually kills love in the marriage. Whether a man or a woman, when the woman focuses more on her children. I remember what a woman said. He said, I've already given birth, so the love I have for my husband, I have transferred it to my children. So even if he likes, he should be doing whatsoever he wants to do. It does not concern me. No, it actually kills love in your marriage. That same love, make it equal. Make your love for your spouse greater than that of your children. You know why? Because your children will grow to get married to their own wife or to their own husband. They will leave you guys together. So why not make the person that wants to stay with you for life, why not make him love you more? Why not dedicate or focus more time, in as much as you also focus on your kids? So focusing on your kids actually kills love in your marriage. Another thing that kills love in marriage is when you are too focused on the television. I've heard and I've seen many marriages, many couples complaining that whenever their husbands sit close to the television and start watching maybe home video, Telemundo, as the case may be, they said they dedicate all their time, not until they sleep, to the next day before they will have time. Before they will have time for each other. So this thing kills love. When you focus more on television, when you focus more on the activities in the television or maybe one program, it actually kills your love in your marriage. Another thing that kills love in marriage is when you are more focused on your phone, maybe on social media. Maybe you are doing something, always focus, playing game on your phone, always focus on your phone. There are some couples that are like that. They are always focused, they are always pressing phone. The ones they hold at their phone, it will take grace for them to drop that phone. Not until the battery will not give them sign to charge before they will not drop the phone. And then you will be surprised that they will drop the phone to pick another phone. So concentrating more on your phone actually kills love in your marriage. You should press your phone, but know when to drop your phone and focus on your wife. Know when to drop your phone and focus on your husband. Another major thing that kills love in the marriage is lack of sex. When sex is lacking in the marriage, when sex is not enough in the marriage, you know, when one is starving one sexually. You know, there are some couples that use sex as a weapon. You know, the other day I overheard somebody also saying that, don't worry, I think, don't worry, the night will come. The night will come, you will come and do. You understand? The woman was saying that to the husband. Don't worry, night will come. You will come and do. She was using sex as a weapon on the husband. Another case of a husband, not wanting to have sex with the wife. It kills love. It kills love. It kills love. But when there is enough sex in the marriage, it rekindles love. We are still going back to what we actually rekindle love in our marriage. There are some things, major things that will rekindle love in our marriage. But let's just talk about what kills it. Because by the time you know what kills it, you are 70% safe in your marriage. So when there is no sex in marriage, it actually kills love. When the sex is not awful, when the sex is being used as a weapon, it actually kills love. When you use sex as a weapon. Another thing that actually kills love in marriage is when you refuse to change from a particular habit that your partner is complaining about. A particular habit, when you refuse to change, when it is difficult for you to change on that habit, and this man, this woman, has been complaining about it, and you keep saying, I will change, and you will not change. And this woman, this man is complaining about it. So if you keep repeating one particular attitude that your spouse does not like, it actually kills the love in the marriage. There is one sister that somebody said that this sister, they were trying to make her change, and she said something, said, everybody knows me at home that I'm like this, and she was in the YouTube. They were trying to talk her to change her character that she's having towards her husband. So everybody know that I'm like this. In short, the husband I got married to actually knew that I'm like this. So I don't think I can do anything about it. This is just me. This is not my nature. No, you can change that, your nature. You can change it, because if you don't change it, it will actually kill the love that your wife has for you. It will actually kill the love that your husband has for you. So when you refuse to change a particular dirty habit, it actually kills love in your marriage. Another thing that kills love in marriage is when you are still very close to your ex. When you are still very close to your ex. I repeat again. When you are very close to your ex, it actually leaves a notion to your partner, a negative notion to your partner. So it is best for you to have them as a friend that is so distant than having them as a friend that is so close. You will agree with me that it has a way of playing some negative scene in your memory. So when you are close to your ex, it has a way of affecting your spouse. It has a way of making him to start thinking, or making her to start thinking, are they still going together? By the time they come too close now, by the time they come too very close like this, we do not have chance of going together again. So when you are too close to your ex, it actually kills love in marriage. Another thing that also kills love in marriage is when you're having an opposite sex as a bestie. When your best friend is an opposite sex and you guys communicate every day and night, even more than the way you communicate with your wife. By the time you're having issue, you call your best friend that is a female, or you calling your best friend that is a male as a wife, the wife calling a male as best friend, all the name of best friend, sharing pains and all that with your best friend that is an opposite sex. It actually also leaves a negative signal to your partner. So when you are close to an opposite sex, it actually kills the love that your spouse has for you. I'm not saying that you should not have opposite sex as friends, but have them as friends, but don't be too very, very close that every day, every minute you are on call, either you're on Snapchat or you're on video call, either you are laughing and your husband is sitting and expecting you to bring gist to gist so that you guys will discuss, or he's laughing with the opposite sex that is a bestie, telling her how his day went and all that. It actually kills the love in the marriage. Another thing that actually kills love in marriage is when you always present yourself unpresentable. Okay, let me put it this way. When you are always unpresentable to your spouse, when you are always unpresentable, when you put on things that your spouse, it will be finding it difficult to take you out, you'll be finding it difficult to introduce you. When you're always unpresentable, it's not as though you don't have good clothes, it's not as though you can't make your hair, or you don't have money to make your hair. You are just living an idle care, you're just living idle care life. You don't care about yourself, you are unpresentable. So when you are always unpresentable to your spouse, there are some times that you just need to look good. There are some times that you just need to look fresh for your spouse. Look good, like putting on the dress he likes, by putting on the color he might even like, by putting on the type of dress he like or she likes. It will actually rekindle the love. But when you are doing the opposite, you are unpresentable, your spouse will be ashamed of you. Not only that, your spouse will be ashamed of you, it will be killing the love that he has for you gradually. It will be killing the love that she has for you gradually. So looking unpresentable actually kill love in marriage. Another thing that kills love in marriage, when you can't handle finance, the inability to handle finance. You cannot manage money. As a man, you cannot manage money. Any money that comes your way, the next thing you want to do is to spend it. The next thing you want to do is to buy new things, to change new phones. As a woman, you cannot manage money. Any money that comes your way, the next thing you want to do is to look for the latest hair to get. Wearing hair, buying good clothes is good, but when all your focus is on buying, you don't have a savings. You cannot save, and your partner notice it. Then they give you money to keep. Please take this $5, take this whatsoever money, currency, take this money and keep for me. And the person that comes back maybe in one more time to ask for that same money, please can you give me that money I said you should help me keep? And you will not say okay, come tomorrow, I'll give you. And the person comes and asks again. You not say in short, I've spent it. So when you cannot manage finance, it actually kills love in your marriage. Another thing on finance that actually kills love in marriage, when you are not contributing financially in the home. There are some persons, it kills their love when their husband is not contributing financially in the home. When the only thing the husband does is to just sit at home, do nothing. Even the money that the wife brings from work, the husband spends it and all that, but the husband is not putting effort to go get work, or rather the wife sitting at home and the husband has been telling the wife, please go do something, let me give you money to do something. The woman said, no, I'm okay like this, I can't do it, I can't do anything, I don't want to work. So when one is not contributing, no matter how small it is, you just need to have something to bring home. You just need to have something to contribute. No matter how little it is, you just need to have something to give. So when one is not contributing in the home, it actually kills love in marriage. And I'll still talk on another thing that kills marriage, is when you are not helping your spouse, either domestically or maybe even with the office stuff. maybe even with the office stuff, the office work. It might be when the wife works from Monday to Monday domestically at home, and maybe you have leave, maybe you have holidays, as the case may be. You need to join your wife to see what to do in the home. Yes, to relieve the stress, so that she can still have time for you at night. You know what I mean? So when you don't help out, you allow the woman to work herself out, it actually kills love in marriage. These and many more that kills love in marriage. Please join me on the next session that I'll be talking on what can rekindle our love in marriage, because any love that you don't maintain, you can't sustain it. Thank you.